crowd of 100,000 in the stands at Ann Arbor for the Michigan State-Michigan game. They thought Michigan State was weak on passing, but Pete Smith sets up a touchdown with a pass to Matt Snorton that's good for 45 yards. Then Smith hands off to George Sames for 17 yards that add up to touchdown. The Spartans dominate except for one brief Michigan flurry. Dewey Lincoln's double reverse brings the ball to the 22, and Michigan State's on the way to another score. Pete Smith, round end, and he hits a brick wall. That's his helmet that takes off. Watch. Smith is all over. His pass to Charon is a 10-yard touchdown delivery. Michigan State is heading for Big Ten honors. Michigan runs into heartbreaks. Rubik intercepts for State and carries to the 43. The Spartan powerhouse is staying in high gear. That man Smith again, he hits Brandstatter for 18 yards as Michigan State prepares to sew up the game 28-0. Smith romps over for a key Spartan victory.
Over the 45 for a first down, Roger Lopez from Honolulu, number 45. We've seen three good fullbacks here today by Michigan State: Hatcher, Sames, and Lopez. The tackle was made by Roger Smith. So State has a first down on its own 46. 3 minutes, 20 seconds remain to play with Michigan State leading 28-0. Wing T left. There's a scissor play, fake to the fullback, and the halfback scissoring by Latimer. That's a play that Syracuse made famous with Ernie Davis coming off that wing to scissor by. Incidentally, in that play, the halfback is the one that times it. He waits until the fullback makes his fake, and then he rocks back a step and then cuts and takes the handoff. He scissors over the pass made by the faking fullback. Second down and 6 to go for Michigan State, just short of the 50-yard line. Start the clock, says referee Mike Layden. The pitch is to Ron Rubik. Short yardage, nudging over the 50. Gained a yard, third down and 5. We have 2 minutes remaining in the game. A clear-cut Michigan State victory. Third down, 5. Penalty marker down, offside it looked like. As Carl Shern, the senior halfback, that's offside against Michigan State. Shern carried the ball for 6 yards, but it'll be called back as they're conferring with Michigan. The backfield in motion. 5-yard penalty puts the ball on the 45-yard line of Michigan State. We have a third down, 11 to go, and it's timeout here at Michigan Stadium in Ann Arbor, Michigan, with a score: Michigan State 28 and Michigan nothing. All right, we're ready to start play again as Rich Popestel, the Michigan State quarterback, has a 3rd and 10 on the Michigan State 45. Michigan State sitting out with a 28-0 lead right now and less than 2 minutes to play. Popestel fires on the run. It's intercepted and nearly intercepted by Michigan as Jim Ward had a chance at it, couldn't hold on to it. The pass was intended for Roger Lopez. That brings up a 4th and 10. Michigan State on their own 45-yard line. It was 14-0 at the end of the first quarter, Michigan State. 21-0 at the half. Michigan State scored in the fourth quarter to make it 28-0. The double safety dropping back. Number 18 is McClenna, and number 46 is Chapman. They're both third-string halfbacks. Rich Probstl, the quarterback, is in punt formation. Michigan State lines their kicker up only 10 yards deep. He boots. A fair catch being called for. They let it bounce. And it's inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. That's a 47-yard kick from scrimmage, and Michigan takes over on the 8-yard line. We have Tom Pritchard now going in at quarterback. Like the ball was touched inside the 10. When you touch that ball inside the 10-yard line, it's a touchback, and they bring it out to the 20. Coaches keep warning their players on punts, don't touch that ball inside the 10. This is Pritchard, the new quarterback. Oh, wow, he was hit there by number 59, Dan Underwood, who really met him head on. I believe Michigan had 12 men on the field. We have 1 minute and 5 seconds remaining in this game. And those Michigan fans aren't too happy. Their team trailing 28-0. Just a little over a minute to go.
Brown back in for Michigan.
Illegal procedure puts the ball on the 25-yard line of Michigan with a first down. And 5 to go. Slot formation, that's McClenna, the bootleg by Pritchard, the quarterback. Now he runs it to the 30, to the 35, and he's down on his 37-yard line. Tom Pritchard was tackled by Jim Corgett. Both coaches have mostly third stringers in now. We have another whistle. With the outcome no longer in doubt. And here is unsportsmanlike conduct. 15 yards against Michigan State. Unsportsmanlike conduct. That puts the ball on the 49-yard line of Michigan State. First down for Michigan. Pritchard rolling out. 45 to 40, 35, and carries it to the 30. Jim Ward had a nice block for him, and the tackle was made by Roy Parrott, the center, trying to get time.
And all of these runs you see him making the last 2 or 3 downs are passes that are called, but he's had to run or he sees an open spot and at least elects to run.
Michigan asking for time to stop the clock with just 29 seconds to go. Speaking of the scores, it's 28-0 right here, with only 28 seconds remaining. A game rated as dead even. 2 undefeated, untied powerhouses, and Michigan State has been by far the dominant club. Michigan has fought hard in the second half. They had 1 long drive stop. So far, they haven't been able to score. There's a fumble, and it is a Michigan State recovery. Harvey Chapman fumbled the ball. And down at the bottom of that pile was Roy Parrott, number 53, the center. And so Michigan State takes over with only 10 seconds remaining. And a timeout being called.
As Curtis mentioned, too, both coaches are using quite a few of the irregulars, and this is a good time for both of them to use them and get some battle experience because the game has long since been decided. And each coach wants to get those sophomores in particular in there and get some real experience, and there's no better place than here.
Paul, we talked about the rivalry here. Over the last 11 games, Michigan's been penalized only 30 yards per game in a Michigan State-Michigan game, while Michigan State only 40 yards. shows you, although it's hard fought, they have played clean. Here's Popesville throwing the long one, and that one a great play by Pritchard, number 21. To knock that one down, it was intended for Shoreham Lewis, and he was nearly out in the open. That was a fine defensive play by 21, Tom Pritchard. That gives Michigan State a second down. 10 to go with only 5 seconds remaining. Michigan State was trying to go for one more. Here's Probst fading again. He's hit. He throws it. It is intercepted. Now, that's the game. He grabbed it, but the game's over. As Michigan State has now won its 9th game out of the last 12. That's a happy band of Michigan State Spartans. There goes Duffy Doherty up on the shoulders of his team as they remain undefeated, winning their 3rd in a row. The end of the game with a final score, Michigan State 28 and Michigan nothing. Well, some of the crowd of 103,000 starting to move out. Today we've seen Michigan State defeat Michigan by a score of 28-0. Michigan State had a 31-yard sustained drive to score in the first quarter with Gary Ballman going over. Then a 76-yard drive in the first quarter with George Sames running 17 yards for a touchdown. A 74-yard drive late in the second quarter as Pete Smith passed to Carl Sharon 11 yards for a touchdown. And then they scored again in the fourth quarter with Sherm Lewis running 3 yards. And now, for his post-game interviews, let's go down to Jim Simpson.
Vance meet 2 fine football players, Captain George Manns of the University of Michigan and quarterback Pete Smith of Michigan State. George, we'll talk to you first of all. Michigan State pretty tough today, right?
Yes, sir, they were. They're a very good team. We played 2 non-conference games, UCLA and Army, and State was real good. I think we were ready for them, but I think they were ready too. And I don't know, I guess they just weren't ready enough.
Did they do anything that you did not expect, or was it just good, hard, straight football?
Yes, sir, it was.
Well, George, you played a wonderful game. Congratulations. Good luck to you and Michigan in the future.
Thank you very much.
Right. Pete Smith, you must be a pretty happy boy.
Yeah, I am.
Pete, how about the team as Michigan State is concerned as you progressed? Did it look like you were going to go all the way early? You were
Well,
early.
we were really up for the ball game. I mean, everybody, you could just feel it, you know. It was something in the air. All week we've been, you know, Michigan had been saying depth, and it sort of got through to us. I mean, everybody was keyed up, and we knew we could play the best ball possible. We whip them.
Pete, you played a great game yourself. You've got some good backs, but what impressed a lot of us, that big line you've got in front of you. It's a good one, isn't it?
Boy, they really kicked out today. I'll say that. They really snapped. I mean, we got good blocking on everything, especially pass protection. I'll have to say that.
Pete Smith, good luck to you in Michigan State. Good luck to you, George Manns. Thank you very much, both of you. Okay, Kurt Gowdy.
Well, those are 2 of the stars of the game, along with Jim Simpson, and that's the Michigan band on the field. Well, you heard Pete Smith, the quarterback of Michigan State, talk about his line, how they kicked out. He meant they had a great charge today, and how they protected on passing. In fact, they protected on just about everything, didn't they, Paul?
They did so well, Kurt. And I think one of the things was the tip-off right at the half. Michigan State had the ball for 34 plays, and Michigan had it for 14. And, of course, we get back to the old story of you can't score without the ball, and it's ball control, and whoever has the ball the most, and particularly so much so, tends to control the ball game. They did, Michigan State Spartans did give their passer very fine protection. The few times he elected to pass, he had plenty of time, whereas we saw Glinka from Michigan being chased all over the field, and of course that ruins the timing.
Well, that's the way it went today, and let's go back now in that Michigan band. As this brings us to the end of today's NCAA College Football Game of the Week. The final score, Michigan State 28 and Michigan nothing. At this time, we'd like to thank Nick Vista, who spotted Michigan State, and Fred Klein, who spotted Michigan. Our thanks also to these two fine colleges from Michigan State University, President Dr. John Hanna, Clarence Biggie Munn, the Director of Athletics, and the Sports Information Director, Fred Staveley, and of course, Head Coach Duffy Doherty and his staff. And from the University of Michigan, the President, Harlan Hatcher, the Director of Athletics, H.O. Chrysler, the Sports Information Director, Les Etter, and the Head Coach, Chalmers Bump Elliott, and his staff. NCAA football telecasts are produced by Roone Arledge, directed by William Bennington. Our mobile unit and crew today were from WXYZ in Detroit, Michigan. The technical director was Paul Janke. Now this is Kurt Gowdy along with Paul Chrisman and Jim Simpson saying so long from Ann Arbor, Michigan.
This has been an ABC Sports presentation.